Hi everyone. Now I'm going to explain Vogel's approximation method, which is also called as VAM method in solving the transportation problems. So for the same problem as the least cost method and northwest corner method, we are going to solve this problem using Vogel's approximation method. So in this problem we have three sources S1, S2, S3 and three destinations D1, D2, D3, D4, and here these are the supply values and these are the demand values. So here this 19 means to transport from source S1 to destination D1, the transportation cost is 19. It may be in rupees or hundreds and thousands and so on. To transport from S1 to D2, the transportation cost is 30 rupees and so on. At S1 the supply is 7 units, and here to transport from S2 to D1 the transportation cost is 70. S3 to D1 the transportation cost is 40. The demand at D1 is 5 units. Now by solving this method we are going to find out the minimum transportation cost from transporting the goods from the sources to the destinations and satisfying the demand. So for this we will use Vogel's approximation method. In this Vogel's approximation method is also called as penalty method. Okay, so before starting this problem, first we need to check the rim condition. Rim condition is the total supply must be equal to the total demand. So here the total supply is 34 and the total demand is also 34. So this problem is satisfied the rim condition. So if a transportation problem satisfies the rim condition, then it is a balanced transportation problem. Now we can solve this problem. The first step in this method is to find out the penalties. Penalties means first consider the first row. Consider the first row and find the least element, then find the next least element. Here the least element is 10 and the next least element is 19. So the difference between these two is 9. It is 9. Now in the second row the least element is 30, the next least element is 40. The difference between them is 10. The third row least element is 8, next least element is 20. The difference is 12. Now coming to the columns. In the first column the least element is 19, next least element is 40. The difference is 21. Here the least element is 8 and the next least element is 30. The difference is 22. Here in the third column the least element is 40 and the next least element is 50. The difference is 10. In the fourth column the least element is 10 and the next least element is 20. So the difference is 10. Now among all these penalties we will consider the highest penalty. Here 9, 10, 12 are the penalties and here 21, 22, 10 and 10 are the penalties. So among all these penalties the highest penalty is 22. Okay, so corresponding to this highest penalty column, find the least element. Here the least number is 8. Corresponding to the highest penalty column, the least number is 8. So here assign the demand. Here the supply is 18 units and the demand is 8 units. So from 18 units we can assign supply 8 units here. So here the demand at D2 is satisfied. We will strike off this column. From 18 supply we have given 8 as demand. Then the remaining supply here is 10 units. So this second column is satisfied. We are not going to use this second column for further calculations. Now again we will find the row penalties and column penalties. We keep a dash for the column which is satisfied. No need to find out the penalties for that column. Now again we will find the penalties by removing this column. So the least number here is in this first row is 10 and the next least number in this first row is 19. So the difference is 9. In the remaining numbers, the least number is 40 and the next least number is 60. The difference is 20. And here in the third row, the least number is 20 and the next least number is 40. So the difference is 20. Now coming to the first column, the least number is 19, next least number is 40. Again the difference is 21. No need to calculate for the second column. Now coming to the third column, the least number is 40 and the next least number is 10. 10 is the penalty. And for this, 10 is the least number and the next least number is 20. So 10 difference is 10. 10 is the penalty. So among all these penalties, what is the highest penalty? 21 is the highest penalty. So corresponding to 21, in this column the least number is 19. So corresponding to 19, supply should be 7 and demand is 5. So here the supply is 7 and the demand is 5. So we can supply 5 units here. This column is completely satisfied because the demand is satisfied in this column. So from 7 units we have given 5 as supply. So 2 units is remaining here. So first column and the second column are satisfied. Now we are going to use this last 2 columns. So again we will find out the third penalties. So for we will not use these first two columns. So the remaining columns are these 2. So in the first row the least number is 10 and the next least number is 50. So the difference is 40. Here the least number is 40 and the next least number is 60. The difference is 20. Here the least number is 20. Least number is 20 and the next least number is 70. So the difference is 50. First column is satisfied. Second column is also satisfied because the demand is satisfied. And in the third column the least number is 40, next least is 50. So the difference is 10. And here in the fourth column least is 10, the next least is 20, the difference is 10. Now the penalties are 40, 20, 50, 10 and 10. So what is the highest penalty? 50 is the highest penalty corresponding to the 50, this row. So here this column and this column are satisfied. The remaining cells are 70 and 20. So corresponding to the 50, the least element cell is 20. So here we have to assign here supply is 10 and demand is 14. So we can only supply 10 units even though demand is 14 units because the supply is only 10 units. So 14 minus 10 is equal to 4. So here this row is satisfied because 10 units are there. We have supplied all the 10 units. So this row is satisfied. And now again we will find the penalties. Okay, so here second column satisfied and this row is also satisfied. So the remaining cells are these 4 cells only. So from those 4 cells we will find the penalties. The difference between 10 and 50 is 40 and the difference between 60 and 40 is 20. Here dash the difference between 40 and 50 is 10. Here 10 and 60 and 10 is 50. So 10, 50, 40, 20. The highest penalty is 50. So corresponding to this column, the least number is 10. So here the supply is 2 and the demand is 4. So we can supply 2 units here. So out of 4 we have given 2. So the remaining is 2 here. So here 2, the row is satisfied. The row is satisfied. Then here the first column satisfied, second column satisfied, first row satisfied and the second row satisfied. The remaining row is only this row. Only this row, we have only these two numbers. So among these two numbers, the least number is 40. So at 40 we can assign the supply is 9 units and the demand is 7 units. So we can supply 7 units. So 7 units demand is satisfied. So this column is also satisfied. Out of 9 we have given 7 units. So the remaining units are 2. So first column, second column and third column satisfied. First row, second row satisfied. So the last cell is this. Here the demand is 2 units and the supply is 2 units. So we can assign 2 here. So all the here this the fourth column and the second row satisfied simultaneously. Now we will find the total cost. Total cost is equal to 19 into 5 plus 10 into 2, all the assignments, plus 40 into 7, 40 into 7 plus 60 into 2 plus 8 into 8 plus 20 into 10. 19 into 5, 10 into 2, 40 into 7, 60 into 2, 8 into 8, 20 into 10. Now we will calculate the value. 19 into 5 plus 10 into 2 plus 40 into 7 plus 60 into 2 plus 8 into 8 plus 20 into 10 is equal to plus 20 plus 280 plus 120 plus 64 plus 200. Now we will calculate 95 plus 20 plus 280 plus 120 plus 64 plus, which is equal to rupees 779. So by using this Vogel'S method, the minimum transportation cost is 779 rupees. So this is the Vogel'S approximation method or penalty method. So thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.